They lied to you. For the last 20 years, Hollywood and the mainstream media sold us a fake script about the future. They told us that when the robots rose up, when automation finally hit, the first ones to fall would be blue-collar workers. They told us that long-haul truckers in Ohio, assembly line workers in Detroit, or the people flipping burgers at McDonald's would be the obsolete ones. And we believed it. The people with college degrees, the people sitting in air-conditioned offices in Manhattan or Austin, they looked down and felt safe. They thought their intellect, their creativity, and that $80,000 degree were an impenetrable shield. But look around. The reality is happening in reverse. There is a dead silence taking over Class A office buildings across America. The enemy didn't arrive as a metal robot holding a laser gun like in the Terminator. It arrived as a blinking cursor on a computer screen. It's not loud, it's not destructive, it's just more efficient than you. In early 2025, the tech giants quietly purged tens of thousands of employees. But don't let the dry statistics fool you. Look at who they fired. These weren't janitors. These were senior coders, copywriters, data analysts, graphic designers, people who were once considered the elite of the American workforce. Why? Because an AI subscription that costs $20 a month can write code, design logos, and draft legal contracts 100 times faster than they can. This isn't a transition. This is a silent massacre of the American middle class. You spent 4 years in college, you took on massive student debt, believing a desk job was your ticket to safety. But now, that ticket is burning right in your hands. Corporate Wall Street is realizing a brutal truth they won't say on CNBC. Humans are too expensive, too complicated, and too slow. Why pay someone $90,000 a year plus healthcare to run marketing when an algorithm does it in 3 seconds without ever complaining about work-life balance? We are standing on the edge of a crisis that society isn't prepared for. But the scariest part isn't that AI is coming for your job. The scariest part, and the stupidest part, is that you are being tricked into helping the enemy every single day.
Think about your last work week. How many times did your boss or the IT department encourage you to use AI to boost productivity? They send those flashy emails. They hold Zoom workshops teaching you how to use ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot to summarize meetings, write client emails, or debug code. They tell you this is a tool to help you. It's like Iron Man's suit. Do not believe a word of it. This is the sweetest trap in corporate history. When you feed your proprietary data into those tools, when you correct the AI's wrong answers to make it perfect, you think you are working faster, and you are. But in reality, you are training the very thing that will replace you. Every prompt you type, every correction you make is you transferring 10 years of hard-earned experience to a machine for free. In the old days, when a company wanted to fire you and ship your job overseas, they made you train your replacement for 2 weeks. It was humiliating. But now, they make you do it every single day with a smile on your face. You are teaching the algorithm how to think like a CFO, how to negotiate like a lawyer, how to create like a designer. And the algorithm never forgets. It learns once and it remembers forever. Look at the irony. A marketing manager in Seattle feeds his company's annual strategy into AI to optimize it. 2 seconds later, the AI owns that strategy. 6 months later, the company realizes they don't need the manager anymore. They just need an intern who knows how to ask the AI questions, the same AI the old manager trained. You are digging your own grave, and you're doing it at record speed because you want to finish your reports early to go home and watch Netflix. This naivety is killing the intellectual working class.
We are selling our brains, the only asset that gets us a six-figure salary, in exchange for short-term convenience. Big tech didn't build these tools to make your life easier. They built them to turn your skills into a cheap commodity. And when your skills are no longer exclusive, your value hits zero. But why are the CEOs rushing this? It's not about technological progress. It's about a cold, ruthless economic calculation. Let's cut through the press releases about future vision and innovation. Let's look at the naked truth that no CEO dares to admit into a microphone. To a major corporation, human beings are not their greatest asset. Human beings are a massive liability. Put yourself in the shoes of a Fortune 500 CFO. When they look at the expense column, what do they see in you? You are an expensive headache. You need health insurance. You want 401k matching. You need paid vacation, sick days, and maternity leave. Worse, humans have emotions. Humans sue for discrimination or harassment, or they just complain to HR because the coffee in the break room tastes bad. One wrong lawsuit can cost millions in legal fees. Now, look at your competitor, the AI. It never gets sick. It doesn't need a lunch break. It never demands a raise for inflation. It has no ego, and it certainly won't sue the company. It works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, including Thanksgiving and Christmas, with absolute precision. And the cost? Less than the electricity bill to light up your office for one day. This is the ruthless math of modern capitalism. Wall Street doesn't reward companies for creating jobs, they punish them for it. Notice what happens every time Google or Meta announces they're firing 10,000 people. Their stock price skyrockets. Investors cheer. Why? Because firing you means higher profit margins. They are transferring wealth from your paycheck directly to their dividends. We are witnessing the complete decoupling of productivity and people. In the past, to grow a company twice as big, you needed twice as many people. Now, with AI, they can grow 10 times bigger while cutting the staff in half. The capitalist dream is a company that generates $1 billion in revenue but is run by 5 people managing a cold server room. They call it efficiency, but really, it is the systematic removal of the human element from the economy. And when millions of Americans are removed from the machine all at once, the consequences won't just be unemployment. It will create a new social class that has never existed before, and it will trigger the collapse of everything we take for granted. What happens when 30% of the white-collar workforce evaporates in the next 24 months? We aren't talking about a normal recession. We are talking about the collapse of social structure. Look at the housing market. Who is buying those $600,000 suburban homes in Austin, Denver, or Northern Virginia? Middle managers, software engineers, financial consultants. They pay their mortgages based on six-figure salaries. When those jobs vanish and are replaced by cheap software, who pays the bank? Nobody. The real estate bubble will burst with a force that makes the 2008 crash look like a joke. Busy suburbs will turn into ghost towns of foreclosed homes. But the real tragedy isn't the numbers, it's the people. We are witnessing a new social class that futurists are calling the useless class. It sounds cruel, but that is how the new economy sees you. You have a master's degree, you have analytical skills, but the market no longer needs them. You are too expensive for manual labor, but too redundant for cognitive labor. You are stuck in the middle, no purpose, no economic value. And don't expect the government in Washington, D.C. to save you. What they are discussing behind closed doors isn't how to create jobs. They are talking about universal basic income, UBI. Make no mistake, that is not charity. That is hush money. They want to throw you a couple of $1,000s a month just enough so you don't starve, just enough to pay your internet bill so you stay inside watching VR and don't flood the streets and protest. They want to turn proud, free American citizens into passive dependents on the state. This is the death of human dignity. An American man defines himself by what he does, by the value he provides for his family and community. When you strip that away, you don't just take the money, you take the soul of the nation. Depression, addiction, and broken families will explode like a plague. The picture looks hopeless, doesn't it? But that is exactly where they want you to stop, scared and accepting of your fate. But you don't have to be a victim. There is still another path, a narrow window for those who dare to look reality in the face and act right now before the tsunami hits.
So, what is the play? Do we sit around waiting for a cheap UBI check and watch our skills rot? No, that is the loser's mindset. The harsh truth is this: you cannot stop the AI wave. You can't sue it, you can't protest it away. History proves that Luddites never win. But here is the good news, and it is your only lifeline. AI doesn't kill jobs, it kills mediocrity. It will wipe out the people who work like robots, the ones who just follow the process. But it will become a nuclear weapon for the people who know how to wield it. The new rule of the game is simple. Don't try to race against the machine. Be the one who commands it. Don't just be a coder typing syntax. AI does that better. Be the system architect who understands why that code exists. Don't just be a writer. ChatGPT writes faster. Be the content strategist who understands human psychology and knows how to give that soulless text a heartbeat. You must shift from being an executor to being a conductor. One person who masters AI in 2026 will have the output of 10 employees from 2024. The market will pay that one person a massive salary while firing the other 9. The only question is, will you be that one conductor or one of the 9 who get left behind? The window of opportunity is closing fast. The time to learn and adapt is not measured in years anymore. It's measured in months. Don't let fear paralyze you. Let it fuel you. Turn the fear of being replaced into a hunger for knowledge. Don't wait for your company to train you. Don't wait for the government to save you. Save yourself. Master the technology before the technology masters you. The future belongs to those who stand up and take back control. This fight is yours. If you agree that we need to take action right now instead of waiting, type 1 in the comments. If you think this is too pessimistic and everything is fine, type 0. I want to know where you stand. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. I will continue to expose the truths the elites don't want you to know. The fight has just begun.